come in.
Hello and welcome back to SLR's Division 3 season. We are at the curtain calling race here in Abu Dhabi. Both championships are decided, but there is still many positions left to fight for, particularly the battle for second place, as well as a few battles up and down the field. So we greatly appreciate you having along for the finale and hope that the season goes out with a bang. I'm your commentator Riggs, and joining me in the booth once again is Merx. Merx, how are we?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm feeling good. We've got a quality band by the looks of it. We are Venom, so he's driven down the wrong way. We also have Dark Zenon, who's decided to start from the back. He will, well, not exactly start from the back, because Venom has got a quality band, so he'll start last but one. But yeah, it should provide for an entertaining race come the end of the season. Still got a couple of battles throughout the field, so I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. Well, also, I didn't care about Venom's qualifying ban, but Zenon was talking to us in the post-race interview last time out in Brazil, saying that he would start at the back of the grid, knowing that both championships are under the belt. So he's just here to have fun. I mean, end of the day, everybody is here to have fun and have a good time and just enjoy some good racing, wheel-to-wheel action and that. But while Dark Zenon's following through and he's promising starting at the back, it means that he's got a big challenge ahead of him if he actually wants to win the race. But that kind of, I mean, Abu Dhabi, we've seen drivers in real life. I mean, I don't really know the history of SLR too well in Abu Dhabi, but I know in real life, like Sebastian Vettel started for the pit lane and he got the podium. So could we maybe see the same of that again, Max? Think he's going to cut through the field?
Yeah, I mean, Sebastian Vettel won the championship as well that year, so, you know.
One of the key drives. I think definitely it brings, it kind of brings forward a question that, like, we would always, like, Dark Zenon this season has shown time and again that he is a serious contender. Obviously, his championship win kind of like solidifies that, as well as his promotion. As well, but I think that kind of leaves the door open for SLR Gareth, Neelix, the main protagonists for second place, like Scott's in there as well. He's kind of clinging on for that battle for second, but he needs a whole new level of luck if he wants to take it in the championship, for what I could remember seeing earlier today. But second place is the kind of next big position that's actually got a lot of contention surrounding it, because you've got Gareth, Neelix and Scott all in with a shout for second place in the championship, as well as battles up and down the field. So you'll be looking at us trying to look through the standings and trying to measure the points amongst the standings that's already there, and we're going to be like heedless chickens in this commentary booth, so I wouldn't take our word at face value until the final results are in, and I feel like it's just going to be one of the chaotic races.
I think the gap is 13 points between Neelix and Gareth, so you never know. I mean, it is a big margin for one race, but anything can happen, as we've seen in pretty much every race in Division 3 this season. So, Dark Zenon says didn't realise anyone had a quality ban, but yeah, we'll be interested to see what he can do from 17th on the grids. It will probably be. Summoner says, "Come on, Big Fella and Zenon. # Team Willie." Yeah, we'd love to see that. Also, I'll be supporting Williams as well, being a Williams driver. Joint constructors is still up for grabs, and he goes fastest early on in the session. Not many times been set so far, but a lot of cars out on track.
I'm sitting on board with Scott, who's currently on his flying lap at the moment. He's just come through the chicane between the two big straights as he opened the DRS for the second time, down into the third sector. And I'll sit on board with him through the final sector. So, I mean, Abu Dhabi has been on the calendar since 2009. Championships have been decided here in the past as well. Championship saving drives as well, as we were just discussing there with Sebastian Vettel in real life. It's a very glamorous hotspot in the Middle East, But the track itself, like, I don't know how to put it, mate. I kind of feel like it doesn't really have an identity crisis of sorts, but it kind of like doesn't really know what kind of track it wants to be, because the first two sectors are like quick, like big straights, like fast bends. Like the setup would also be taking the wings off, reducing the drag, also like tweaking the suspension and that as well. But in the third sector, it's very technical. So without giving too much it away, how do you feel the drivers would set up their cars for this race?
Well, like you say, it's not exactly the greatest track. It's not bad on the game. Obviously, a lot better on the game than it is in real life because you can overtake. But yeah, we'll save that conversation for another day. Yeah, I think they'll just try and obviously have a relatively low front wing, rear wing in the middle somewhere. Yeah, obviously you need the rear stability for the final sector, especially when the tyres start to go off and overheat towards the end of the lap, which they will do, especially if you're on a pad, which I know well, as we see a racing point at Father Corn.
Experience.
Original is, I think, he's about to start another lap. No, he's coming into the pits. Let's have a look. Crusher's parked it up. Phenomenal corner. And got out of the way nicely.
I've jumped on board with Father Corn. You're saying it was on the build up to starting his lap. He's currently on his lap at the moment as he comes through turn 2 and 3. Like very quick bends here, you can easily take them flat on the light fuel and the fresh rubber. Slows the car down for the chicane in the second sector, and then you've got the hairpin right in your face as you exit turn 5. And you kind of want to no do what he done, because you kind of want to take a really wide line into the hairpin so you can get on the traction earlier on the exit, and that maximises the speed down this big straight. It's the biggest straight of the two on the circuit. And it's a really heavy braking zone into this tight chicane, which has a really dodgy sausage curb. Wouldn't know this one, but the one up here, it's a bit uphill in the curb there. If you clip that too much on the right hand side there, it is very easy to destabilise the front end, and you'll not have the same amount of turn as you would expect or experience through there as you break into the final sector. This is the more technical section as well. The next saying maybe drivers will maybe put a bit more rear wing on for the rear end stability, but keep the front end of the car very low to the ground, also for that acceleration and speed whilst reducing the front drag. But it comes through the final sector at the moment under the big glamorous hotel here. I would love to go to that hotel, but my budget does not allow for such things. I don't pay enough. But Father Corn's only got 2 corners left to navigate on this lap as he takes that, misses the apex there, but doesn't seem to do too much damage. The final turn, a much better line through there, up to the line, centres the car on the middle of the track, up into 6th place with a 36.8.
Goes 6th fast. It's not a bad lap. We've got Craig finishing off his lap. The Alfa Romeo boys gunning for the joint constructors title. It's very close. We've only got Ned Cloy for the Renault team. No Lewis for the final race. So as I say, fastest. Alfa Romeo 1 and 3 at the moment. Obviously, all the points are scored in the race, but shows they have the pace. That rhymed, and I didn't even mean it to. Yeah, they've got good pace at the moment. This Craig goes fastest by 0.2 of a second.
That's also very promising as well, purely because you want to show us as commentators to the spectators as well that you mean business, and doing it early in the first session. Out of the 3 qualifying sessions, they're first and third at the moment, as you were saying. So it definitely does show that they are confident with their pace at this stage. But 2 other protagonists we've got to point out as well is Neelix and Gareth are only split by 0.2 of second and 4th as well, either side of the Alphas. And they are the main contenders for the runner-up spot in the championship behind Dark Zenon. So they'll kind of want to. Obviously, they were trying to one up each other in qualifying and race and strategy and racecraft, etc., etc. Like the battles will continue to just have a domino effect and go on. But Neelix definitely getting a wee bit of an upper hand here with a 0.2 of a second advantage. But I mean, it is only the first qualifying session. This does determine the grid. But if they can both carry that momentum through to the third and final session into the shootout, then pole position can be anybody's. Especially if the Alphas are on point, if the Mercedes can get in there because they're sitting 5th and 6th at the moment. Like Father Con didn't have the greatest lap, but it was enough to put him at least into the top 7. So he could probably find some time on his laps as well. Scott Laney there, like I think maybe the top 7 looked quite safe there.
Yeah, I'd say so. Seems like the people in the 36ers seem quite safe at the moment. As if you've got 2, well, we're only going to have 1 extra driver who goes out. So, yeah, we will see. Neelix now coming down the first DRS straight. Important to get the braking right into here. Car does want to go deep. It's the apex nicely. It's Apex. Probably want to run really want to run over that curve to open up the corner even more. Probably getting you a couple of tenths if you do. Well, I like to take that line anyway. But yeah, I just want to see. That looked like he invalidated that. It's not coming up on my screen.
He's still kind of putting the hammer down here through the sector. He's still kind of kept his ERS on hot lap as well, Max. So I think
I think
his lap's still valid for the moment. But I was kind of in the same boat as yourself there for a minute there. I was kind of like, maybe that should have been a bit of a cut there, but
we'll see what you can do. Runs out of ERS, but goes fastest. First man into the 135s.
Neelix is cracking the whip in the early stages. We're just short of 5 minutes remaining in the session. And Neelix is the first to be into the 35s with 35.9. But at the moment, we've only got because we've only got one person. Like, obviously Dark Zenon retired, and he's starting from the back, and Venom's got a qualifying ban falling from the last race, and they're the first 2 to be eliminated from the session. So Jules is the other person in the elimination zone at the moment, so we're going to lose 1 more driver, which does mean there's going to be a lot more pressure on at the bottom as well.
Yeah.
The top 15 advance into Q2.
Yeah, it seems like Orange Crush is the man in danger. Jules is obviously was on a lap and has decided to not go on a lap. So you've got a Racing Point behind him who's on an out lap. His teammate is on a lap, I believe, is he? He is, he's definitely pushing. He probably doesn't, Scott Laney, he probably doesn't need to improve, but wait and see. Nedclaw is 13th fastest for 137.3. There's been some chat action, people greeting each other. And then there's saying Zenon last the first challenge, and then you've got the Steve-O army in there, so they're
Steve-O army, man, that's
back in for podium.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to round out Steve-O's season, to secure a podium and appease the fans.
I think the fans would go wild in the chat. I think the chat would probably explode. With
probably like brick Twitch.
Madness.
Twitch would just collapse.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised. So what have we got here? Jules is not on laps though. He's decided to back out.
Steve-O's retired! Oh. Sorry Max, I was just scrolling down to Jules and I've just saw Steve-O putting it into the wall at turn 18, if my math is right.
Yeah. I think it is turn 18.
Yellow flags are out.
As they clear the
car away.
Yeah, that corner is one tricky corner. Obviously it's understeer central.
Oh,
And of course
yes,
scrapes past it. That was close. He just drove past it like it wasn't even there. So we'll see. He actually comes across the line and goes 10th fastest, so that obviously wasn't much of a hindrance to him. But yeah, that corner in particular is tough. As you can see, the barrier is slightly dislodged, so if that happens in the race and the barrier gets dislodged, then well, we might see some carnage. But Diffrey's not used to that. Orange Crush goes quicker, but it's only a 1:38.2. Jules has to, well, this lap on that thing is he's got the fuel light on. Takes an interesting ride into the hairpin. Yeah, this lap or bust for him. He hasn't actually set a lap yet, so.
We'll sit on board and win this lap, and we'll see what kind of lap time he puts in through the chicane. But Jules, as you were saying there, Merckx, this is a make-or-break lap for him. He's only got one real opportunity here. I don't know if he would have time to come back and start again, especially since his fuel light is flashing red. We've seen that on the dash. But he'll also be getting that drilled into him in his lug as well. His engineer was saying, you're out of fuel, this is your last run, make it count. But we can't really measure what his times are because he's not set a time already. So
No.
we're kind of just gone in a bit of blind faith here, just seeing what kind of lap he's going to put in. But he's here and he's already at 1:30.
And yeah, he's gingerly going round. It just doesn't really seem like it's gonna pay off for him. And he only goes 16th fastest, unfortunately. And I think that, yeah, he's out of fuel. So that is that for this session. Everybody else is through. I don't know if anybody else is on a lap. I think Zach is on a lap. He's 6 tenths up, so I guess we'll watch the conclusion of this one.
We will jump on board here, coming through, starting the third sector. Definitely, he's no changed the dial on his ERS output there as well, so he is definitely looking to complete this lap. But I'm going to end up saying that he's going to throw me the dummy and just come out of the pits or something. I've just got a feeling that's going to happen. But as he comes through the final 2 turns, no, he's actually going to complete it. So we'll sit on board as he comes through the final turn, up to the line. He's ran out ERS. Checker flag over there, waving 36.
He went up.
That does put him
quite
up
a bit.
the order, puts him
Third.
third.
Yeah, good at that.
No. But like the chat is in complete dismay.
Yeah.
Crash. I think Freeman's kind of lost his mind a wee bit in there, but Steve-O joins Jules, Dark Xenon and Venom as the eliminees for the first qualifying session, and we've got 14 getting into Q2, where a further 4 will be eliminated.
So, yeah, I reckon. So, 36.9, if the times stay the same, will get you into Q3. We'll see what tyres they put on, of course. So that the benchmark may change, but they may all be forced to put on the soft compound tyres if most of the grid start using them. But as we saw last week, we had a bit of a mix with tyre strategy.
And on the subject of tyre strategy, Merckx, what is the pit strategy? What can we expect to see drivers doing in terms of pit strategy and pit calls and general racecraft? Two-stop.
Yeah, I'd say the fastest way is two-stop. Obviously, you never know until you get into the race what the fastest is. But I'd say the preferred strategy is a two-stop, starting on softs with 2 sets of mediums. The softs aren't, they're not on this track. They're not very durable at all. And obviously, like I said before, the tyres overheat quite quickly. So the medium is the best race tyre. Obviously, if you start on the mediums, you can do a one-stop mediums hard, just to avoid all that traffic, really, I suppose. And yeah, obviously, if there's a safety car on about lap 9 or 10, then you're in the money for a one-stop. So yeah, but I expect safety cars to come out because this is Division 3 after all. So I'd say two-stop is probably going to be the preferred strategy. I think we saw a couple of drivers do mediums to softs last night. I think, yeah, it was definitely a couple of drivers did. So, but it's going to be tough to get really good finishing positions, especially with the increased chance of a safety car.
Definitely, the safety car is no stranger to Division 3. I think rumour has it that Burton Islanders actually led the most laps without anybody through the season. But but no, I mean, as you're right in saying, like the safety car is no stranger to Abu Dhabi, and that can definitely throw a right spanner into the works there, and maybe help drivers that are attempting the one stop pull that off. I do feel like a two stop. I'd probably kind of say a two-stop is the quickest way around the circuit. It really does depend on the tyre deltas as well. But also from what I'm seeing, everybody still on the soft tyres. Everybody's out on the circuit. It says it's their own softs, so they are.
We've got a lot of mediums on it.
Wait, it's saying soft for me on the side. All right, okay, right. There we go. Just completely see that comment I just made. Just kind of. But I am just sitting here committed to the big fella because he's the first person on an official timed lap. But also we're in the Middle East. We're in Abu Dhabi. This circuit is obviously like quite similar to Bahrain. I mean, the two are actually really quite close to each other. Like, I'm not saying they're a stone's throw, but they are quite close in terms of geographical location. But another thing there as well is that they've got in common is we're not going to see any rain. That's highly unlikely. So they are committed.
It's highly unlikely. It was raining Formula 2, so.
Is there?
Yeah, there was.
I mean, I remember when I first got this game and I did my first season with Alpha, and there was rain in the race as well for this. So I mean, you never know. It could rain. It could rain. But I think the probability of raining would be highly unlikely, just due to the actual setting of the circuit as the big fella pits the first time on the board for his 136.791 in the Williams. His teammate choosing to start from the back of the field, while the big fella currently sets himself on pole position. I mean, he's again, it's only Q2. This is the official standings. Yellow flags on the third, slow racing point. That'll be Father Con. Craig's validated his lap there. Originals third, Zach is Beast fourth. The first medium times coming through here. Ned Claw adds to that. Father Con's also adding to that. We are 2:02.
It's a pretty quick lap.
As I think, I mean, he needs to at least for another 22 seconds there, but 24 seconds, sorry. So I think he's perfectly capable in doing that. Scott's gone fastest on the source with a 36.6 there as well. Red Bull Orange Crush going through the turn 4 and 5. Is he on a lap?
We had some chat action. Darkson said, "Is medium soft possible?" It is, but tyres are going to be crying out for a change. So good luck with that. I'd say as Phoenix goes fastest on the medium compound tyres. And then after that, we've had Steve-O in the chat saying, "Come on, Gareth," and then saying Gareth for pole, and then everyone proceeding to say Steve-O for pole, even though he's not in the session.
Oh.
And then Scott Laney takes the fastest time.
I mean, I really hope to be here for the day that Steve-O does get a pole position, or he gets a podium. I just want to be there when he does get that landmark and the chat just explodes. It just completely shuts down Twitch.
Oh, Father Corn's out.
Absolutely ecstatic.
Same corner as Steve-O.
who's the closest to the incident? It's a
Hicklin.
Mercedes. It's Hicklin. Same thing
He's
again.
right
Oh,
on
and
the
he's on his
track. Oh my word.
and I'm trying to like. Right, who's next through there? It's no Sprightly, but it's Scott. But I'll still
Oh, it's gone now.
Sprightly's like right there. But
I
is
kind
it
of just,
that wee?
yeah,
Sorry.
I kind of just flicked onto him and then saw a car in the wall, but didn't realise who it was, and then yeah, come up on the bottom of the screen. But yeah, what are you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say that corner already catching 2 drivers out in the qualifying sessions. Like we've lost Steve for Q1 with that, and we've just lost Father Con with that, who was looking quite quick to be fair with that 2:02 on the timing sheet there. But honestly, I think that turn really is just proven to be a bit the driver's like Achilles heel. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like the pain, the thorn in the side. I think now that there's been 2 incidents there in qualifying alone, I think that's going to start resonating with the drivers and saying that they might have to change their approach through there on the race just so they make it through. Like, even there, I don't think there's even too much time to gain if you take too much of that sausage curb on the inside, but when you want to try and get an extra 10 for 2, it's a very high risk for like a little reward, really, in my opinion. I don't really think there's too much to gain for riding that curb.
No. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting in the race if one of the front guys gets a boot full of understeer and crashed into the wall, and then there's an oncoming load of traffic. So that's a critical corner in qualifying. Well, one of them anyway.
Definitely. Oh, and that's the kind of thing as well. Like, I've just sat on board with Sprightly. He went through there. It wasn't the quickest or the cleanest way through it as he comes into the pits, but you have to like actually like get as close to that barrier on the outside of the turn to maximise your speed through there. You have to like practically like just raise it and nothing else to actually like stretch the amount of like potential for the car through there. But while the session itself is kind of went a bit quiet, we'll kind of look at the chat again. While everybody is still rooting for Steve-O to be on pole position, Steve-O's opting to throw his weight behind his teammate Gareth, sitting 4th at the moment, 2nd in the medium runners. And then he says Neelix is also looking nippy on the mediums as well. And I mean, I can agree with that. Not even a 10th separated to it, and Scott is right in the middle there. Only 1,000th of a second faster than Gareth on source as well. So the protagonists for 2nd place in the championship, sitting 2nd, 3rd and 4th, with pace very similar to each other.
Yeah, I wonder if
that
I was just thinking. I wonder if they're better off. Do they want to be on the same strategy, or does either one of them want to do something a little bit different, or does Gareth want to do something different to try and, I don't know, get in amongst or Neelix, unsettle him so he can try and just get 2nd in the championship. I mean, he's got nothing to lose, being 13 points back. So, well, I mean, it's up to him, obviously. Wait and see what he does.
Aye. Like, I definitely agree that Gareth, I think, has a lot more leeway in terms of actually throwing everything at Neelix, whereas Neelix kind of does have to be a bit more conservative coming into this race, like, because he's got a 2nd place to lose, whereas Gareth's not really got anything to lose behind him. I mean, Scott, we say, is still there, but he needs get you back.
Oh, I mean, are you?
Let me know.
Do you need an invite?
No, I've got back into the game.
Okay.
Orange Crush invited me back in. But let me know if that's us. I'm going to fire it back up on my phone.
I've actually just kept it on the stream and it's now rebooted itself. So yeah,
Oh, that's
I'm pretty sure it's
right.
going again. Yeah, Freeman
So,
says we're good.
Right, no, that's cool. Just want to apologise for the small glitch. My connection just chose to literally just like turn the switch off and back on almost immediately there, so it's just a small trip, so I can only apologise for the connection. But we have got back just in time for the final 2 minutes of the session. There as well. Has much really changed since I left next? Really noticed too much.
I think the Craig has gone second fastest. I don't think much has changed, not like I can see. No, I think I'm not really sure, to be honest. Scott's decided to park it up in the pit lane. He's happy with his. I think. What do we have here? I think Neelix is going to be, at the moment, the only man starting on the medium compound tyres if everyone completes a lap behind him.
And absolutely right there. Like Gareth's opted to maybe throw Neelix the dummy there and change onto the softs. He's on the soft tyres, preparing on his out lap for the final flying lap of the session. I've saw Original coming out the pit. Really,
Yeah.
30 remaining, so he might be tight for time, but we might just have that same timing glitch that we did every other qualifying session. But I'm looking through to see who we really kind of want to sit on board with. Sprightly and Hicklin just in the in 9 and 10 there. Jonesy, who we're sitting saying was quick in Q1, is facing elimination in Q2. As we see Sprightly go up into 3rd place and he's outqualified his teammate. So maybe Scott's maybe jumped the gun a wee bit if drivers starting to put in fast times here. Scott could be out of the session. He's not going to have any real chance to improve on his time. It says Ned Claus on an outlap, but he's only just starting the 3rd sector. He's got the big hotel there in front of him, so he might be cutting it for time. I think he's just parked up.
So the big fella has crossed the line and not gone faster. On a 36.7, it does cross the line, stays an 8th and does not size. Right, a bit of an odd choice. Ned Claw as well ran out of time.
Crush. It says Crush is slower by 14 seconds, but I think that might just be a timing glitch. Hicklin's going to go fastest there. It pushes Scott and Gareth closer to the elimination there. Still 67th though. Neelix there 5th fastest in this session. It's only really down to it, and Jonesy goes faster there as well, but I think the main protagonists for 2nd place are going to be fine because there's only 2 drivers left that can actually
Yeah,
a lap.
Crush is not improving. Beast Zach is Beast is, having said that, he just made a massive mistake and he's all over. Final sector, so if Original has made a mistake by coming out that late, there's a car stopped on the track actually. Original's out of the session, no matter what, and it doesn't matter in the end, but Original's car...
Ned Claus the same. Oh, but he's already...
So Original's out, Ned Claw's out, 2 cars are parked up. That doesn't matter because they're both out.
The only thing they've done there is just gave their team extra work today ahead of the race.
Oh,
but
Hicklin's out.
And Hicklin's out as well, and he's actually through. What's happened there?
You just hit the back of. That's 3 cars sitting. Oh, I've just. Yeah, I've got no words for that.
I'm just picturing the iconic Toto Wolff table slam at Mercedes. I'm just seeing that in my head. I'm just visualising that after watching the conclusion of this session. Both Mercedes out of qualifying. Hicklin was originally through, but the damage means he's not going to be able to participate in the shootout, and it was meant to be 10 drivers, but we're down to 9. Scott Laney, Craig, Sprightly, Jonesy, Neelix, Scott, Gareth, Zach, and the big fella all have a chance of pole position, and all of them only separated by 4/10 of a second, Max. So this could be a matter of, this could be anybody's guess for pole position. And
Yeah.
while we're here, we're not going to forget. Tell us who's going to qualify on pole.
Not for the last 2 weeks.
The last 2 weeks we forgot, so we're getting that in the now, and I think honestly, 9 drivers to pick for. It could be any one of them, to be fair. 4/10 of a second isn't really that much.
Freeman has gone for Neelix. I would tend to agree with him, actually. I think Neelix will be my pick.
I think. But that's the thing as well.
Hickman says he kicked me out due to his car crashed. That is why. The car crashed, so that's why it kicked you out.
Just the AI.
The AI, because that's happened way too often, and that will continue to happen on this game.
But
Yeah. Anyway, I think Hickman definitely had pace. I'm sure he can come back in the race as long as he has a good race. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We saw 3 cars. AI had binned it, which is exciting to see. Who's first out on the track? Because I need to get my telemetry back up.
big fella's first out on circuit again, Max. He's leading the drivers round the outlap, and he'll probably be the first to put a time in again, like he was in last session as well. We've seen a couple of predictions. We've seen Steve-O reiterate his support for his teammate Gareth for pole position. Freeman says Neelix in the Haas. Are we going to be brave and say one? Because I'm honestly not sure. I feel like
Yeah, I think I'd say
Gareth might-
Neelix, to be honest. He showed pace in Q1. I think he's still the only man in the 35, so I suppose
I feel like I genuinely do feel like, Max, it's my hangs, but I will probably agree with you saying that it will be Neelix, purely because Neelix knows that he's got a lot to lose over Gareth, but Gareth does have that kind of potential in him to just pull out a 10 for 2 whenever he needs it. So it was just like whether Gareth can tap into that extra tank and take the couple of 10s on the final laps, or if Neelix knows that he needs to have this winning mentality for to get pole position. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the first laps are going to be, as we're seeing some of the drivers already starting their first flying lap in the 3rd session. I'm going to move for the big fella, so the big fella's where we're going to be for the new is the Skies.
it's probably one of my favourite shot coming down the straight. Just a sidebar for that. Yeah, I think, well, the big fella is, well, he's back in Q3. I remember last week he disconnected near the start. I think it was his Q3, I think he said last week. Well, as far as I know, anyway. And then he had a disconnect at the start, and then that kind of ruined his race. He'll be fine when he comes into the race, and he'll have a good race. In the final section now, tyres will be screaming at him, wanting to come off or wanting to slow down. Get a flag in sector 3, I think that's a car getting out of the way. That is Neelix. He must have made a mistake on his lap. Big fella comes around the final corner, going to set the benchmark. Takes an interesting line, and it is in the 135s. So there you go, second man on the 135s. Craig will be next to the line. Takes a shallow line into the final corner, and goes second fast 136.2.
And Neelix's lap was invalidated, so Neelix doesn't put a time on, but will Gareth put a time in, a 36.3, puts fastest at the moment. And then Scott's a full second off that, so maybe Scott's made a mistake somewhere on that lap there. as well, so he's 4th at the moment. Who's going to be next across the line? It'll be teammate Sprightly, but that's for an out.
Alpha Romeo, yeah.
We'll sit on board with Jonesy as the skies gradually get darker here in the Middle East and in the UAE. It will be the same kind of setting for the race. Starts in the sunset and then we finish in the dark.
He goes fastest with a 1:35.6. It lowers the benchmark even further.
And that's the thing, T-Mex. Like, we've seen him in Q2 and he was on the cusp for so long in that session. And then it was down to his final run that got him through, and then he's back to setting the pace again. So, yeah, topsy-turvy qualifying from so far, but he's definitely in the gauntlet there with the 35.6.
Remember in Q1, I said the Alfa Romeo showed good place, and they were first and third at the end of that session. They're sitting first and third in this session. So maybe Alfa Romeo in for a good race. Obviously, qualifying is one thing and race is another. But starting first is the best possible position. Neelix going to just line in only a 5th fastest.
Just over a 10th shy in Gareth. Pace is very similar once again on the soft tyre. But they're going to have time to come in, and it's going to just come down to the final run, Max. Well, we'll get the final run for everybody. As Neelix just straight lines the chicane in the first sector. So I don't know.
Sprightly's invalid.
I don't know if that's him trying just to cut the time there between the in-lap.
Well, you're not actually meant to do that, so.
So could we see a steward's call back in there once again?
We'll see. Yeah, we will see on that one. You're certainly not allowed to do that if you're not allowed to cut the track. So, I don't know if that same rule applies if you're on an in-lap. Probably you can get away with that, but obviously he's trying to get back to the pit lane, so we'll see what occurs from that. He is a grand total of 1.6 seconds up on his previous lap, so I mean, we'll wait and see. Not sure. Anybody on the lap? Doesn't look like it.
I've jumped on board with Gareth, and he to the lap through as far as I'm aware. He is down by like just a couple of hundredths of a second now, so he is on the cusp of improving, but he needs to improve in the third sector for that improvement. As we see the Red Bullies getting out of the way before the penultimate turn under the Etihad sign, and the floodlights continue to glow and light up the sky and light up the circuit. Gareth does run wide on the final turn though, up to the line though, and third fastest, improved by 2/10 in the final sector, and it's pit an Alfa Romeo between Gareth and Neelix.
Yeah, so we've got Red Bull. Obviously, just be, well, I say one in any run, he might have a bit more fuel in there. He may have only had one set of tyres for this, one fresh set of tyres for this session, I should say. It's a little bit of a slide on. Let's see, hunting for the slipstream.
Don't know how much a benefit would have got for that. It was a very short slipstream in the end. McLaren did give him a bit of help there, but I don't know if it was really much to improve on the time. I'm really digging the helmet that he's donning, by the way, for the final race. I'm really liking the complete mix of colours there.
Yeah, the multicoloured look.
Hands at the wall and hope for something to stick.
Bit of a Jackson Pollock helmet. I like coin that one.
Definitely. He is purple in the second, but I think that is just down to his best time.
Yeah, I think I've seen faster times than that. There's some chat action. Big fella saying that was the lap of his life. And, well, I mean, to go P2, there's no mean feat, so you never know, he could even improve on that if he's lucky.
Exactly, there's always time to improve. He is back out on, as we can see on our telemetry, he is only on the out lap, so he has another opportunity to better that time. Zach is speaking of better in times, I think. A time on the boat, because he didn't have one before, so he's a 36 fast.
Yeah, only 6 fastest. Yeah, I mean,
definitely. I could definitely agree with that. 6 fastest again in a league where it's so competitive like this. sixth place.
I've just gone on board with Neelix, and he's just chopped up the chicane. I say chopped up, he hasn't gone that far through, but he has just missed the middle part of the triple chicane. Well, I say triple chicane, it's not really a triple chicane, kind of is.
I don't even know why it's there. I don't know why it exists. It's that in the Singapore sling that I don't like. I mean, the Singapore sling, Singapore actually like changed that, but I don't know. Give me like Singapore sling flashback with that chicane. It just doesn't really suit. I don't really think it suits the circuit personally. But I'm not an architect. I don't design the circuits, but it just really completely kills the flow.
Rick's on the phone to Herman Tilke.
Let's be fair. Like, but I mean, I think anybody got a wee circuit on a bit of paper and submit it to them. But there is like some designs that he's done that are quite unique. Like I do like what he did in Malaysia, Bahrain, China. Like I like the kind of early circuits when he took over in the late 90s. But like some tracks like Abu Dhabi, there is like it's a circuit, but it's like wee things like that, wee chicane at the end of the second DRS straight that kind of just completely throws you off, and it completely just changes your perception of the circuit. Same with like Baku, that castle section shouldn't even exist. Like it's things like that, it's like wee tiny things like that where they try and think it's, oh, this is great, but it's not. Like this is going to improve overtaking, but it's not. This is actually good for the circuit. Is it? Right, but honestly, I'm gonna divert that conversation topic for the wee intermission after this session, and we'll focus now as we're in the final minute.
Neelix is on a flyer.
I'm on with Neelix on board as he comes under the hotel for this run.
Purple middle sector.
He's
who's that ahead of him? Oh yeah, Toro Rosso.
Scott Laney.
Doesn't interfere with him.
It might have affected the braking there a wee bit, but it puts Neelix.
Oh, just!
Neelix laying down the gauntlet, bringing the thunder into the final
Big
run
fella
of the
bit.
session.
Can't improve on a 35.998. Gareth has started his lap. Everyone's on a lap. Well, I say everyone's on a lap. Most people are on a lap. Craig and Big Fella, their sessions at the end as the checkered flag falls. So, who is next across the line? Zach, but he is not on the lap. Who else after that? It would be Scott, who needs a decent lap. I think this is one fresh set of tyres. Bit of a clunky steering through that section of the track. Oh wow, that wall was close.
Who are you jumping on board
I'm
with?
on board with
flags out.
I'm board with Scott. He's next to us on, but I don't think he's going to improve. He might do. Oh, he does improve. Oh, he does improve. Up to 7th fastest. Who's next across the line? After that, Scott Laney.
Scott Laney. He's up with 3/10 a second, but he's took to the curb there on 15, and that's going to completely have an impact on his traction through the slow corners here in the third sector. He's gone through the corners there with a big bit, tank slapper on there, and he's missed the apex for the final sector, so quite a scruffy last sector for him, but puts him 7th fastest. So he has definitely improved. Where does Jonesy go? Jonesy stays second through the finish line here. Ferrari's in, Haas is in, and McLaren Gareth stays out. He's improving by 58 thousandths a second. Comes up to the line, checkered flag will be waving.
Oh,
second fastest.
My word.
They're sharing the front row, Max.
That is unbelievable. Look at that. The front three separated by, what's that, 18 milliseconds.
That's intense. The top three, any slight mistake, any small gain through any of these turns could have changed the face of the top significantly there, Max. That's just how close they were. A cigarette paper wouldn't even split the three of them. That's how close they were. But
everyone's loving that lap from Gareth in the chat. Steve was a great lap from Gareth. I've just missed out on pole position. But your pole position, man, is Neelix.
Neelix is the one celebrating so far. I mean, but no points for qualifying, but he can definitely be happy with that pace in the qualifying session as he sits in the best possible grid slot on the grid. And the very first, Gareth is alongside on the front row though, so it could be a bit hot under the collar for them two into the first turn. Jonesy sits there in third place, narrowly missing out on a shout for pole there. Big fella saying if he'll live his life, it's fourth place for the big fella. Craig in fifth, another strong showing for Alpha. Zach is beating Scott Laney in sixth and seventh, and it was Scott and Sprightly, the two Ferraris, starting eighth and ninth.
Yeah, so it's time to get your race predictions in the chat. I'll wait for someone to say Steve-O to win. That's usually a regular occurrence.
We always get a Steve-O to win, but Steve-O's just got such a strong following in the league. And
Steve-O for podium, that's usually the prediction.
That definitely. I mean, anything can happen in Division 3. We've seen races where we have sat and watched a race where it does look so set in stone, but it just like gets turned on its head at any given point, any given moment, and anything can really happen. So, a Steve-O podium, I don't know, it's a bit audacious considering he's starting 14th, but I mean, people have won for lower back in the grid. So you never know what could happen. We could see Steve-O up there trying his best to maybe help out his teammate if all went well. But we were having that exact same discussion earlier about where the lowest grid slot was, where our drivers won for, and we were sitting discussing that earlier. So even though Dark Zenon is starting, there was 18 in the lobby, wasn't there? So he was starting 17th because Venom's been disqualified because he got a quali ban. So Dark Zenon starting for 17th. I think that equals Lewis's record for this season because he's done that in Austria, and I think he's 17th.
Yeah, I think he was 17th. Well, I'm pretty sure he was.
So he has a chance.
Yeah.
He has a chance to at least equal. But
yeah, I reckon.
I mean,
I reckon he can get a podium if he keeps out of trouble. I don't. It's a long shot for the win, of course, but.
Definitely. I think a podium. I mean, podiums. We've seen it here before. We've seen Sebastian Vettel staying for the pit lane and getting a podium behind Kimi and Fernando. We've seen that. We've discussed that earlier as well. But I mean, team 51st, it has happened. It might need a lot. Maybe it need a safety car or two at the right time for them to actually benefit and maybe try and jump drivers through strategy. But Freeman says.
See what tyres they're starting on as well in the race sector.
Nice. And Neelix will be on the mediums as well, Max. I think he can.
Neelix and Gareth, yeah.
Too.
Neelix and Gareth are on the mediums. Well, so
Yeah.
they may be swallowed up at the start. So wait and see on that one. Only 4 drivers are on the mediums. The rest are on softs.
That's the thing as well, Max. See if you're in this position, do you just follow your rival just to play it safe, or do you try and be a bit bold and try and mix it up in terms of strategy?
I think it's you want to go. The undercut is very powerful at this circuit. I guess it's judging what position you're in the race. If you're in the middle of a long train, then obviously you're going to want to get out of that. Maybe it's important for them to get out of that. Wait and see on that one. But I imagine we'll see the soft runners come in early as that 5, maybe even then. If there's no safety car, if there's a safety car straight away, I'm sure people will be getting off those soft compound tyres straight away. I guess it depends. If there's no safety car, I'd say they'd be coming in as early as about lap 5 to get on the mediums, and then do 2 medium stints in the end. But I guess we wait and see what happens in the opening part of the race.
Definitely, I think I can probably agree with the fact the way that the race is set up, the way the strategies are set up, we can probably see a 2-stop race for the majority of the field. But drivers on the medium tyres at the start, do have an opportunity to try a one-stop, but that really just comes down to how well they can get the hard tyres to work at this circuit. And we were sitting discussing this earlier about how a two-stop could potentially be quicker than a one-stop, and it can be. So I don't know if maybe we'll see Neelix or Gareth gone a bit more conservative on tyre management, or we're going to just see them blister on the tyres and getting as much life out of them as they can, and then jumping onto two stops for a medium and a soft stint. Or do they play the saving game and go hard? As Hickland's readied up, so I didn't
Looks like we're going.
5 minutes had passed. But Hickland is the first to ready up, soon embarking on the formation lap for the 21st and final time this season.
28 more laps of their season to go.
This is the curtain caller.
Remy says that break
end
went quick.
this.
To be fair, that did go quite quick. It was as quick as 5 minutes in a while.
Definitely. Neelix is going to lead us on our way. He's going to have the field behind.
Yeah.
Gareth in close pursuit as well. So the wing mirrors of the Haas will just be full of papaya with wee touches of blue in it as well, as Gareth opts to go a wider line through turn 3. And the grid are well and truly on their way on the formation lap, as you were saying. 28 laps left to close out the season. Let's end this with a bang. Let's hope everybody has a good time driving, racing. We'll obviously enjoy our role as the commentators for you on the final race of the season. I hope you are enjoying it so far, and hope that it only gets better. The sun
You say
is
that, and then it's
starting-
like Spa 98 down into turn 1.
Exactly.
Becomes
Exactly.
a shot
And that's the thing.
down the straight. Double up. All their tyres, all the
That's-
cars. But yeah. Yeah, you go ahead.
And that's the thing as well. Like, it's such a short run into turn 1 as well. So anything can really happen. And it is quite a tight turn 1. It's quite a quick turn 1 as well. It's quite a quick first sector all in, to be fair. So anything can really happen. But Neelix, as I was saying, starts in the best possible place, car number 82 on the Haas.
Yeah. Field's quite spread out at the moment. A couple of people leaving some gaps. Let's see. Obviously, the people on the soft commentators don't really want to be attacking this formation lap. So I think Neelix and Gareth will be sitting on the grid for quite a while. As Will Venom is
Yes.
down at the
Seen-
hotel section.
Sorry to cut in there, can you just finish there? But noticing that the two Alphas were building gaps between the drivers around them, so maybe trying to like get the front temperatures on Neelix and Gareth's cars to be a bit cooler off the start, and maybe Jonesy in the best place on the softer tyre as well. So he might get a better launch and a general grip off the start. So we might see him having a look into having the lead in through turn 1 as well. But as you were saying, 28 laps to round out the season. We're going to be soon greeted by the 5 red lights, and here they are. We're at 1, 2, skips to 3, 4, 5. Neelix on the left, Gareth on the right. And we are revving up and we are going green, and we're racing here for the final time. Neelix seems to get a great start on the racing line there. Gareth keeps second. Jonesy under pressure for his teammate, but the big fella keeps 4th place there. Pushes Craig onto the AstroTurf on the exit. Saka's beast there as well. He's been tapped and he's spun.
Oh.
He's away into the pit lane and he's lost his front wing there, Mex. He got a bit too close to the Williams in front, and it's just tapped him round there. But we're seeing 2 and 3 wide into this tight chicane as we start the second sector on the first lap. The
Yeah,
racing
they're
point
kind
A,
of like-
Famicom goes a bit wide.
Concertina effects. Just backing up. Steve and Zen and the really good safety cars out. I'm not quite sure what for, but I think we're going to see a lot of people piling into the pits at the end of this lap.
Definitely, I can probably agree with that. I think the soft runners will be like, right here, this is your chance. Get a free pit stop under our belts here. We'll probably
Same.
see the soft runners
This is
opting
drive.
for the mediums. But let's have a look at the that's the Rang measurement there. Let's
yeah,
look
let's
at
have a
the
look.
positions gained
Yeah,
and
Zach has
lost
got
off the start.
absolutely nothing. It must have come out for debris, but surely only a VSC would have been enough for that. But this is definitely going to help This is going to help Zach not lose. Well, he's obviously lost time by losing his wing, but he get all that time back.
Definitely, I think the stewards will just want to be safe better than sorry on the final race, and plus the safety car not only kind of exceeds the safety measurement to remove the debris for Zach's damaged front wing on the exit of the pit lane, but it all drivers essentially a free pit stop and on the softs, and we're going to see some pit action. We're seeing some drivers coming in. He's choosing to stay out though. His teammate Craig's in, big fella stays out, Scott's in, Scott Laney stays out. I'm trying to who's all coming in, Merckx pit lane's
5.
choke a bloke at the
Only
minute.
5 cars. Zenon's in. He's in early double stack for the Ferraris. It's painful for Sprightly.
Oh, Sprightly's been dealt the bad hand there, following his teammate into the pit lane there as we're under safety car conditions, and Jonesy's picked up a 5-second penalty.
What's happened to Hicklin as well?
Really
He kind of just apparently he's lost 2 positions, but even though he was down there in the first place, so maybe he's trying to overtake people on the safety car.
Definitely, I think. I don't know what's really happened to Hicklin there, but it says he's up 4 places as well. Fathercon's the gained the most out of anybody, up 7, so 14th to 7th. He crashed out in the final sector in Q2, finds himself sitting quite pretty in 7th place in the racing point. Originals is up 3, Crush is up 4, Nedclaw 2 up places, Jules is up 5, and Venom starting 18th, already up to 12th. Big losers are obviously the ones that have just pitted.
Yeah, Zach's gone on the hards.
Zach is beast. Oh, you're right there. I've just literally jumped onto him there, and he's on the hard tyres. So Zach is beast. Definitely hoping to stretch this stint to the end, and that can literally be make or break. This can be a moment of genius or putting yourself through pain. This is. I don't think there's an in between. I definitely don't think there's an in between with the hard tyres yet. Either the smartest person or the bravest person. But Zach is beast definitely opting to go to the end on the hard tyres.
Well, Steve-O's strategy team have obviously helped him make a good decision under the safety car. And so he has his own strategy team anyway. But I'm surprised there's so many soft runners out there. Their tyres are really not going to last.
And Jonesy's in.
Yeah, I think it's a lap too late. So that's going to help his teammate of Craig out. Of course, he's obviously jumped him. And Craig's going to go. Jonesy's going to go right to the back of the pack. Safety car should come in at the end of this lap, as everybody will be caught up to the train. Oh, he served his 5-second stop go under
the safety car,
which is interesting. That won't get removed, of course. But yeah, so he's done that, served his 5 seconds. Now he's racing for position, no matter what.
Definitely, and Jonesy as well onto the mediums. So getting his, I think he's just like treated himself there as the sacrificial goat there, because he's allowed his teammate to try and maximise his position through the stops originally when the safety car was first announced and first out on track. But Jonesy there could have saved his cell a wee bit, and maybe Craig would have lost it to a few to like Scott, Steve-O and Zenon maybe through the double stack. But Jonesy's ended up at the back of the field after starting third, so I don't really know what was in that thinking there. But safety car is coming in. Freeman has said in the chat that Hard will be definitely slow. I probably agree with that, but with the way it looks at the moment, Merckx, I would probably agree that most drivers still have 2 stops to make, while Zach's beast is free to drive to the end.
Yeah. We'll see. So Neelix and Gareth obviously still have probably one stop to make. Big fella down to Orange Rush, and then obviously Jules as well. We'll have another 2 stops to make, I would say. Nidcore and we have Venom. Depends what they want to do. I think. Oh, Gareth's got a 10-second time penalty. As Neelix has jumped the gun and already gone.
Gareth being slapped by the 10-second time penalty there, which I'm assuming will be removed. But Gareth does have a big weight on his shoulders if that doesn't get removed, so he's got a lot of work today. Still keeping in touch with Neelix though. Neelix did jump the gun there and got a decent restart there. But doesn't really seem to shake off Gareth all that much as it keeps Gareth in close proximity. But everybody in the top end of the field can stay nip and tuck here. We've got the big fella in front.
We are Venom. He's got in amongst the Jules ahead of him and has made a position. That's why there's a big gap there.
And Jules caught napping on the restart.
Oh, Dark Zenon.
Oh, Steve-O's squeezed him onto the heavy sausage curb on the inside there. I just caught the tail end of that. I don't really know if maybe Dark Zenon did have a look in there or if that was Steve-O's line through there, but we didn't really catch it in its fullest state.
Oh, Craig's missed the corner.
And Jules runs wide there as well. This should be easy pickings for Craig if he can just time it right. Jules struggling to keep this car on the track. And Jules has looked up and Craig's gave him a wee tap off the circuit there. And has he picked up some damage for that?
Yeah.
Oh, aye, absolutely right. He's lost his front left end plate there as well, so Craig's picked up some damage after tapping the back of Jules in the third sector there as well. Gareth puts in the fastest lap following the restart there. Jules is just continuing to lock up in these heavy braking zones. You're just seeing the puffs of smoke being kicked up by the brakes on the front tyres. And it's the same there again. It's almost as if I'm saying it on command, just able to do it. Jules really having a real
Scott
braking
Laney.
issue.
Laney's round.
Scott Laney.
Oh, Crusher's round as well. Crusher's out.
Crusher's there as well, and he's retired further down the road in the
Safety car, yeah.
Again.
Not
Saving the
quite
blushies.
I think.
Saving the blushies. Sorry.
No, you go.
It saves the blushies of folk that didn't pit under the first safety car. It allows them to get another chance, another stab at it. To pit this time is the safety
Just
car
realised
back out for a second time.
Zach pitted. Did he pit? No, he went for a drive-through. I think he must have sped under the first safety car. Went for a drive-through, and he got lucky that safety car actually came out. I think that Scott Laney spun coming out of turn 3, the fast round, and Orange Crush must have just collected him by the looks of it. Didn't see any wheels off Crush's car, so obviously the engine decides that had enough. As Scott Laney decides to cut every corner that exists on this track. And
it's just he's going to have no front grip with that damaged front wing. It's just basically the barge board and nothing else. There's nothing to that front wing. There's no end plates. There's no genuine grip. There's nothing. It's just a plank. That is all it's left.
He's got a time penalty. There we go. Here's the pit action.
And here's all the soft runners coming in. We've got big fella Hicklin. Venom starting for the back, up to third already on the mediums. Nedclaw's up through there as well, benefiting, starting on the alternate strategy there. Steve was in the pits. No, he's not in the pits. Don't know why I said he was in the pits there on my screen, but the big fella sprightly gaining through there as well. If those are out for the double stack in the first pit stop action. But Hicklin, big fella, Father Corn, Jules, Original, Scott Laney, Craig, and Zach all in the pits. Zach opting to come into the pits after pitting for the hard tyres through the first safety car. I don't know if he's decided to mix up his strategy again or he did pick up some damage, but Zach does opt for the medium tyres this time. So maybe he does realise that the hard tyres wasn't really the best option. and Freeman was kind of backing that up in the chat, saying that they are definitely slow in his words. So maybe Zach's Beast did have a wee feel for them, and he's like, nah mate, these only for me, get these changed. Like, give me something else. Like, that's all he's saying. But I think Zach's Beast probably is quite wise to come back onto the same strategy as everybody else.
Besides Jules.
Besides Jules, who continues to go on another set of softs. He will have the grip, but he'll only have it for about, like you were saying, the pit window is about 5 laps. So we're kind of expecting to see a very small burst of life, but nothing else.
Yeah, so we've had some Steve-O chat in the chat, and loving the fact that he's in 6th place. If you think about it realistically, everybody, I'd say even Jules, everybody will probably be making one stop to the end of this race, so they're all in for race position. So we are Venom from the back of the grid is looking very good. Dark Xenon from 1 is looking good. Steve-O is obviously looking quite good at the moment. Obviously there's a long way to go still. Lap 6, Sedcar will probably come in on the end of the next lap, I should imagine. And Jonesy just drives off the track. Scott Laney has tired. I think he's crashed. Yes, he's crashed.
Under safety car conditions, Scott Laney puts it into the wall, and it's the same turn again in the 3rd sector, Mercs. It's really proven.
I wonder if the barrier is dislodged now.
We'll get an opportunity to see it soon enough. So maybe the barrier does, I mean you were saying it has been dislodged, so that definitely does mean that if that is the case, drivers will need to kind of approach that particular part of the circuit with a lot more caution now, because the threat of being eliminated through that turn would be higher. But we'll sit on board Neelix, who is leading. He has his teammate in 3rd, so maybe if he can maybe like back Gareth into his teammate and maybe try and make it a Haas 1-2, maybe start playing a bit of the strategy here, like team strategy, and playing a bit of the team game. But I don't know if Neelix, I don't know if you want to try and sacrifice that and then Gareth gets the jump, or do you just want to time your safety car restart so you get the jump and try and leave the McLaren behind. And hope that your teammate tries to do the dirty work for you.
It's risky. Definitely risky. Freeman says if Steve-O gets the podium, I'll change my gamer tag to SLR Steve-O is the go. That's interesting. Safety car is in this lap, as we say that.
Yep. Safety car in once again. Bernd Mylander's got the call to say that the track is ready to go under green conditions once again. Neelix is trying to keep some heat into these tyres.
Just to know, obviously there's joint constructors still to play for. Renault at the moment are top, and Nedclaw in 4th place is helping him out a treat if he stays in here. Alfa Romeo and Williams picked up some decent points as We Are Venom exceeds track limits. Dark Xenon's hit the back of Steve-O, so that may have dented his progress up the field. And I think will dent his progress up the field as we are go.
Oh, and Steve-O's got a bit of a slide on there for what I could see on Neelix's camera there, but the top 2 seem to on Gareth getting into the walls with Neelix's teammate Venom, who has it running outside of 2 to get the inside of 3, and he makes it stick, Max. Haas 1-2 on lap 8 of 28, so Neelix has got his teammate there helping him out and playing the team game here, getting himself wedged in between the pair of them.
Someone's
and Gareth. There's contact. There's contact. Sprightly and the Mercedes of Hicklands tapped the back of him, and both of them
Jules is drowned as well.
And Jules is running there at the back as well, and he's getting a front wing. Kai seemed to get a racing lap under our belts here, Max. We've had 8 laps, and I'm surely at least 6 laps.
Oh, look, Craig on the inside. There's 3 cars very close together.
We'll sit on board with Sprightly as we see the action there. Craig just kind of parking it on the apex there in turn 7. He gets a good run on Originals though, so we'll jump on top of him. Originals in 11th, Craig's in P12. Originals have to stay left to go defensive. It makes his angle more acute though. Craig's going to try and go round the outside, and he makes it squeezes Original on the apex and pods it round the outside, entering the double chicane. A brilliant move there for
I've
the
just
Alpha
seen
driver and up into.
Dark Zen do exactly the same thing ahead of them. Yeah, Dark Zen has got damage from hitting the back of Steve-O.
Oh, he's not got his front right.
Yeah, he hit the
He's
back
not
of
got his
Steve-O
front right,
when they were going again for the safety car, and he picked up a 5-second penalty for that as well.
An insult to injury there, but making contact under the safety car.
Oh, Father Corn's round.
Oh, and Father Corn spun. Sorry, they just caught it on the back end there, and I think he's lost his front wing there. He's lost a bit of his front wing there as well. He was riding high up in 7th place early on in this race after a dismal Q2 session, starting 14th, and all that progress has just been wiped away. I didn't see if he was getting a bit close for comfort with the driver around him, or he just kind of lit it up a wee bit too much on the exit of 1.
He went down the inside of who'd he go to? What was he in the racing point? I think he went. I can't remember what the car was now. I thought it was the Williams, the big fella actually, as he gets overtaken. And then he kind of just wasn't really up the inside, and then he ended up spinning into the wall.
And one Alpha made the move here, Steve-O and Jonesy, and Jonesy's gave Steve-O a tap, but Steve-O hods it round the outside. Steve-O's getting bullied in the mess. he's not getting a minute's peace. But Steve-O fighting valiantly for the 7th place. Jonesy did try maybe sell him the dummy there, and he just kind of got his car out of shape through the second sector into the third there. But Steve-O keeping 7th at the moment. Dark Zen and nursing a car with damage, able to keep up with Scott in front now, and he's keeping Nedclough for company. But one thing I want to note, Mercs, is Neelix is building a bit of a gap out in front.
As you say
his
that,
teammate,
he sets the pass as that.
and he's I think Neelix knows that this is his time to put the fit down a wee bit. He's got his teammate lodged in between the pair.
Ooh, I've just seen
Steve will go at it again. Sorry there, Max.
There's a bit of a train ahead of him. As the Alfa Romeos are kind of swarming all over the McLaren at the moment.
Steve-O's stuck between an Alpha sandwich at the minute as he tries. Oh, and it's under braking. Craig taps the back of Steve-O. Steve-O just can't get left a lane, Max. He's just getting tapped left and right. And everyone about him is picking up damage for it. Steve-O's McLaren must be built with titanium and steel or something. Just something that just doesn't break, because that car's still
Scott on the inside of the Renault. Oh, Nicola turns in.
Oh, Nedclaw's going to have the inside. Scott, outside, they've touched. And Nedclaw's getting no wings. Scott's got a bit of his wing missing as Nedclaw just dangerously turns the car round on the main racing line there. Luckily enough, his car ghosted, and Steve-O and Scott are having a bit of a ding-dong battle there as well. The safety car for a third time.
I think.
That's what I finished in it.
Original. Something happened to Original. I think he's hit the back of the big fella. I've seen that pop off at the bottom of my screen. He's got damage. I think that's why they were kind of slowing down, because they didn't really know who had the position. Turns out Dark Zenon with his damage. I wonder if he'll come in. We'll wait and see. Neelix didn't. Oh, Venom's going to struggle. He's going to have to stack behind.
He's going to slow right down here, Max, and hod Gareth up, or has he got to just follow his teammate, and he's following his teammate? Shoot, Dark Zenon chooses to go round again. Jonesy's run, Steve-O's going to run again. Everybody just seems to be going round. Scott's in the pits, Craig's in the pits, Original goes round, Zach goes round, Sprite.
Neelix is on the soft tyres.
Neelix, that's brave.
Gareth's on the soft tyres. They're committed to a two-stop.
This is your prime one-stop window, lads. What he's doing, he's throwing it right up in the air again. If it wasn't up in the air already, like, as we're watching Nedclaw's front wing getting replaced and repaired. Father Corn.
Let's see how much time. So I think Venom has actually only lost one position. He has only lost one position to Gareth. which is actually pretty good considering he had to double stack.
I don't know, Max. I feel like that was their chance to maybe try and make a medium to hard work.
Zenon Master first incoming. I don't know. I mean, he's got damage, so it's going to be tough for him to stay up there. But he's doing well at the moment. He will probably have to get a wing change as well. So we'll see.
That's the thing as well, Max. He wasn't even losing too much time behind Scott and Nedclaw either. Nedclaw's opted for the one stop though. We can see him at the bottom there in 14th place on the hard tyres. But Dark Zenon wasn't losing time to Scott in front in 5th place.
Oh yeah, Baggy fan has just reminded me that he's got a 5-second penalty as well to serve.
So Dark Zenon does definitely look comfortable up in first, but he does have some damage and he's got a penalty to serve. So he's got another pit stop to make as well, Max.
That's got to be a long pit stop.
Safety car for the 3rd time here in Abu Dhabi in SLR's Division 3 finale. But Dark Zenon is leading us behind the safety car. Jonesy sitting second. Steve-O sitting in a podium paint.
Oh, the big fella just
ran a bit wide. And he's going to lose the place to Original, is he? Original gives the place back. They two switch places on the leaderboards there, but they two remain 4th and 5th. Zach, after a bold choice on the hard strategy under the first safety car, sits in 6th under the 3rd safety car. Sprightly 7th, Neelix and Gareth 1st and 3rd before this safety car came out. Pitted for softs, have committed themselves to a 2-stop, sitting 8th and 9th. Venom loses out to Gareth though, so Gareth will be right behind Neelix once again on this restart. Hicklin 11th, Scott catching Nedclaw in the chicane between the two straights was actually probably the reason why the safety car was coming out for the debris. 6th, 12th, Craig 13th in the medium tyres, 5 lap. Old Nedclaw's opted for hard tyres after the contact with Scott. He's gone to the end. Father Con gets a reprieve after his spin at turn 1, sits in 15th and right at the back of this safety car queue, and Jules sitting in last place on the mediums as well. 16 runners left. Scott Lane and Hodge are the only 2 retirements from this race so far.
Some part of me thinks this is not the end of the safety cars. We're only on lap 12. I think we haven't even reached half race distance yet.
Exactly. Like,
imagine the safety car being this lap as well.
I would assume so. It does. I mean, it comes out, but it doesn't spend too much time on track. I wouldn't be too surprised to see the lights just get turned off as we come through the second sector delta line. Yep, like we literally called it there. Safety car speeds off and Dark Zenon inherits the power.
Original and the big fella are deciding to go side by side, and Sprightly's got a penalty. Oh, what's he doing?
Sprightly.
He's just banged.
He's got another one.
Again, yeah.
He split the 2 of them though. He split the 2 of them. What's happened there?
He's just overtaken him. He's just what? I don't know. He's got massive damage. I say massive damage. He's got front left impact damage. Interesting.
Definitely, but I feel like we'll be seeing Sprightly in once the safety car goes, because it seems to be quite significant. Dark Zenon only has a wee scrape on his front wing, which means he can continue with that damage, but Sprightly's lost a full end plate, so he'll be struggling in the turns as the car will just be understeer. They're like driving a big boat with that damage, but the safety car comes in. Dark Zenon chooses to jump early on before the final turn, and he's already built a 6/10 second gap over Jonesy. Steve-O sitting in 3rd gets a bit of a tank slapper on exit as we go green once again. Big fella's already locking up the inside of the McLaren, side by side through one. Steve-O, he's fella a punch on turn 1, but he keeps the podium pain position at the moment as Sprightly is in serving another penalty for speeding in the
Venom's past Gareth.
And and Gareth making his way past Venom making his way past Gareth as well. Yellow flags are out and
2 cars. Jules is retired and Father Corn's crashed again.
And Father Corn, and it's Jules and Father Corn, and Jules is crashed. His car's damaged. It's on the free.
They don't like to put safety cars out straight away after another safety car, so they might have got away with one there.
Definitely, but everybody sprightly seems to be going slow, and I don't know why that is. We've gone full throttle now as we see Josie's car being
Big fella
drifted away there.
on Steve-O, around the other side. Nothing showing there. Hicklin and Gareth side by side. Oh, I think Gareth's been biffed off a little bit there.
And Scott's looking there as well. Jules has left the session. Gareth ran a bit wide through turn 12 there. As he's looking to find the way past him, who just took the place of Scott. We'll sit on board as we watch this battle. Scott's missing the apex he's through here. Clips that apex of 17 quite nicely. Avoids the deadly wall on the outside there, but he seems to not be able to keep up with the pace. I mean, Gareth and Hicklin are both on soft tyres, so that'll explain the pace difference there. As we're seeing a gap starting to be bridged between Gareth and Scott.
And Steve-O train.
And the Steve-O train. Jonesy's ran really wide on turn 3 there as well, and that's got Steve-O right back into it. DRS, however, is still disabled at the moment. It is activated after 2 racing laps.
Thoughts of Steve-O in the chat.
Steve-O in third place, definitely getting the support of the chat here. It's unanimous at this point.
Hicklin getting in amongst them.
Following. And Hicklin's trying his best to break the slipstream whilst keeping selling the slipstream. And Neelix in front. We're seeing some side-by-side action here between the big fella and the originals into the braking zone.
Neelix! Oh no!
Odds and Neelix has tapped him, and that's originals go across the AstroTurf there, and the teammates, the Haases, really made right. Just take a. I need to kind of take a break and compose my words, Max, as we see the two Haases gone side by side.
I don't think he got damage from that somehow. Oh, this is close. Oh, he's cut the track. Oh, he's missing.
On Neelix is
Gareth
getting
at the inside. Oh my word.
Neelix has been getting dealt the shaft. His teammate as his teammate pushed him off the circuit. The yellow flags in the front. Gareth goes up the inside. That's Venom, and Venom had stopped. And Neelix has had to go wide. What's happened there?
Oh my word! What is going on?
Gareth's picking penalties.
VSC.
In the VSC.
Oh,
What's even happening?
Not quite sure what happened.
Tell me. I just saw people are coming in under the pits. Neelix is in the pits. Gareth's in the pits. Jones is in the pits. The VSC. This is their time to pit once again. Honestly, for what I saw there, Merck, it was just in that third sector. We were going through the double right there before the hard braking zone before the hotel, and Gareth had made a move on the inside of Neelix, and then we just seen a pass. And Neelix gone to the end. Gareth opting to try and make the medium stretch, which is a bit brave, but honestly, Neelix and Venom nearly made a hass of that. Oh! But honestly, it's just... I don't have any words for it, Max. I really don't. DRS.
I just saw Venom just sitting there. I mean, Hicklin's picking up for crossing the pit lane exit line, which is not what you're meant to do. There's a massive train here behind Scott as well. That's very uncommon, that penalty. You don't really see people being penalised. I mean, it gives you a warning, but I've not really seen a penalty being given out for crossing that pit exit line, as Zach Beast completely mistimed his braking. Yeah, he's got damage
there and loses out to the Alpha. We'll
so
what damage he's got. Oh, he's got his front right end plates no there.
I'm trying to think what's going to happen here. We've had a VSC, so I wonder if these lot out front, Dark Zen and Steve-O and the big fella are going to get jumped in the pits.
And that's the thing as well. Like, we were sitting here at the start, Steve-O gives me anxiety coming at that final turn. His McLaren always decides, the rear end always just decides to step out as we see the big fella and Steve-O going side by side through one. Steve-O's ran wide there. Big fella took the inside line and maybe gave Steve-O a wee push there. And Steve-O's nearly had a moment there through turn 2 and on the exit of 3. Steve-O, I don't know if his tyres are just lacking that general grip.
14 lap old tyres.
That McLaren just looks like it's on an ice rink mix. It just looks like there's no rear end stability. The front end seems to be fine, but it's always the rears. The rears is the rear end stability on that McLaren is giving me anxiety. That's how unstable it looks. Like, it just looks really frightening to watch, never mind drive.
Yeah, right, so Dark Zenon and the big fella are currently heading a 1-2 for the Williams racing team.
This is your dream scenario.
Steve-O sits in third, but is about to get overtaken by Scott. And maybe Craig as well. They're not close enough. Bit of side-by-side action behind. Oh, and there's a bit of contact. Original's off. Onto the grass.
Oh, and he's cut
Good
across the
lawn
grass
mowing.
there. Yep, there's always plenty of careers available in the grass cutting industry there. If he's choosing to just cut across the grass there. Gareth sits in 9th, but at the moment, as far as we know, if it was to finish like this, Neelix would be confirmed as second in the championship. Gareth would be third, so Gareth needs an advantage of at least 14 points over Neelix in the championship to take that second place off him. Zach's Beast and Originals both come into the pits there as well, so that will promote Gareth a few places if he stays out, which he does. But that's also going to promote Neelix into the points.
Oh, Steve-O! Steve-O! Oh my god, he's done it again.
Oh, and Steve-O is... Oh, Steve-O, stop it. Just come in and pit. Just, come on. Just pit. But...
Gareth set the fastest lap, I think I just saw as well. So, I think Neelix is going to struggle on those hard compound tyres. Redclaw obviously pitting at that second car, I think it was. He's in 6th place. He is going to go to the end of the Grand Prix as he gets past Steve-O. So it's up to Gareth to chase him down and the rest of them to chase him down. So Redclaw at the moment is sitting in a good position as long as there is no safety car.
I don't know, I don't want to say it, but I think a safety car could help some drivers out. But Ned Claw makes his way past Steve-O. Steve-O's just struggling. There's no grip.
Oh my
He's
word!
He's just skating through these tight turns, and I think I ken exactly what he's trying to do, but I think your best bet is just to. He started on the mediums, didn't he? He did start on the mediums.
I don't know if he did. I think he started. I don't remember. Oh, Dark
He started
Zenon.
on the softs.
I think he
If he
started on the
softs, he can
softs.
come in. If he started on the softs, he can come in and go mediums again. And he'll be fine. Does he come in?
So Czech
Yeah, he's
has.
in. He's in this time.
Yeah, Czech has blown up the chat. He says up the Williams, and also hey stream. Hello Czech. Says hey Freeman. Then he says Rockamad just swore at him. Couldn't you ban him please from the league? Okay, we moving swiftly on from that. Then he says hey Renga.
And check this out. Deciding to blow up the chat a wee bit for us there on the side as we see Steve-O finally making a pit stop onto some fresh medium, so hopefully that McLaren will decide to be a bit more obedient under Steve-O's control as he's gone wide already on the exit, and he's nearly lost it there as Sprightly goes round the outside there. Steve-O in 12th following his pit stop.
I get what you mean by giving you anxiety. You never really know what's going to happen.
See, honestly, the race itself has been unpredictable, but a lot of I mean, I'm not saying like responsible for safety cars or anything, but see, watching Steve-O, you literally just don't care what's going to happen with that car. He's back up in the 11th though, he's taking the place off Sprightly, and he's going to resume the main racing line. But like you were saying there, like, the race itself is unpredictable, but Steve-O's car just, like, you can look at a car, and you know exactly what it's going to do. See with Steve-O's, oh, it's just going to make the corner fine, and then you see it skating off, and you're like, right, maybe it's no. Like, it just gives me anxiety. And he's been hit by Originals as well.
He's
So
backed out of
lost
that
two
very
places.
Oh, Steve-O,
On his
creative interpretation of lines there.
Steve-O's redesigning the
Zenon's
track here as he's gone side by side with Originals, and Scott is swapping places with Craig, and because Zach Zenon's in the pits. Scott could make this stretch to the end, you know. 8 laps.
Right, let's have a look at how long this pit stop is. Onto soft compound tyres.
Oh, and he's changing the front wing as well.
This is a long
Yep.
stop. And he served his stop-go penalty. Where's he going to come out? Maybe ahead of the Racing Point? Looks like it.
I'm
Close.
just looking. Sorry, what you saying?
Oh, that's close.
Oh
Oh my word.
Oh, and Father Con having a wee luck. Trying to beat Dark Zenon into turn 4 there, but Dark Zenon had it covered there on his exit. I think Father Con's going to try and set himself up for a run down the straight. Zenon's not going to have any DRS either, so Father Con's going to have a free run if he can use this DRS and the ERS in perfect harmony here to try and use the slipstream and propel him back up into 9th place, but he's too far back on this occasion. Car number 21. But Zenon, I think, crucially needed to get out in some clear space and take full advantage of the clean air, which is exactly what I think he's going to do here. He's got his front wing changed, he's got soft tyres to the end, and he's got just short of 3 seconds in front there as well. So, looking at the main battle between Gareth and Neelix, 11 seconds separate the two, but at the moment Neelix still does have the upper hand as Gareth isn't outscoring them by the required amount. Scott in third in no man's land. I think he's just going to bide his time. He is on 9 lap on mediums, and I do feel the big fella and Craig are either going to have a really hard experience with a massive drop off in tyre performance, or they're going to pit. Scott with 9 laps, if he can just continue to manage the tyres and not overheat them or put any significant weight on them, then I feel like this could be his to lose.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going to happen. Gareth is sitting pretty at the moment. He's on the back of Nedclaw, which would then be I would say the net leader of the race, but we don't know if Scott's going to pit. We don't know if anyone's going to pit at this point, but that's a lot of laps on his tyres. And it's Gareth.
Gareth and Nedclaw.
Yeah, is he going to make?
Yep.
Oh, he backs out. Interesting.
And that's the thing there as well. You're perfectly within your right to say that this is the battle for the net lead to our furthest understanding. We don't know what the tyre situation's like for the drivers ahead, but Gareth kind of maybe looking this way and that, trying to maybe like distract Nedclaw a wee bit, try and like force him into a mistake. But Nedclaw keeping it firm here at the moment, sitting 4th, hard tyres to the end. Gareth's on the mediums as well, I'm assuming.
Breaks in and he's cut the corner to get in the pit lane.
Yep.
Interesting.
Choosing to come in. Scott's up to 2nd, but it promotes Nedclaw and Gareth up to 3rd and 4th as well. Yellow flags in the 3rd. What's happened?
McLaren.
I can see a McLaren.
Steve-O.
It's Steve-O.
Oh no. Interesting line back onto the circuit.
Oh, he's got damage as well. He's just no HUD that race. Zach's beast as well, just kind of driving in no man's land at the back. Haas and Venom's is in.
Yeah, Steve-O's in.
As well. Gareth and Nedclaw gone side by side here as Gareth gets the DRS and puts it to use. Gets himself up into the podium places. So it's 15 for a podium for where he is, and Gareth Neelix, is in 6th, so that's 8. Nah, he's still not doing enough. He would need at least 2nd place.
Even if Gareth wins and Neelix comes 4th, that's a gap of 13 points, and that would put him level on points. And I'm pretty sure Neelix has more wins. Well, he has like 4 wins, so.
Exactly,
yeah.
because it can potentially go to count back. But Dark Zenon's made his way past Hicklin, and Craig's right there as well, so a wee train here. I mean, I'm assuming Dark Zenon's just going to speed off down the road here with the softest soft tyre, and make the gap towards himself and Neelix. Neelix is just kind of driving his own race here as he gets really close to the barrier there on the exit 17.
Yeah, the dangerous one.
That's the one. It's
Big fella picks up a pen. He stays out. 16 lap old tyres. I think he's hoping for a miracle at the moment.
definitely, and crucially as well, we saw Gareth getting past Nedclaw. That's freed Gareth to go and chase after Scott, and Gareth's already making some work on the Ferrari. It's in his
Gareth's on a
vision.
charge
Definitely.
to get this
Suppose he
P2 in the
needs
championship and get the win on the race. Obviously penalties will come down to it, but he's only what was that 3.6 seconds off the lead? A bit more than that. The gap is under 4 seconds. So so the top 5 are separated by 7 seconds. I think Dark Zenon's going to go for a move. He's too far back. He needs to save the RS really.
Neelix does have the upper hand in the ERS battle between these two.
But I'm behind. Oh, there's a big bit of contact through there.
Eklund's getting a slide on through the exit there, and Craig's just
hello.
going to take it round
Thank
the
you very
outside.
much.
He's just like, if you're going to have no grip through there, son,
Oh,
I'll take that
there's a
off
massive
you. As
crash
we
at the
see
back.
Zach retiring.
On the straight, in the middle of the straight,
it's a
go on
crash.
board with Steve-O. Safety car as hell. Oh my word. Oh, that's a massive crash. Jesus Christ. I don't believe
What's
that.
even happened there? And this is honestly put Jonesy in the best possible situation
Jonesy's
here, is
pit
that he's the
as
first
well.
to pit.
Oh my word.
Oh, that's
Big
gonna
fella's going to miss out. Drive through for Barbercorn. Dark Zenon's coming as well. They're all in. Oh my word. This is thrown the pigeons among the cats among the pigeons, whatever you want to call it.
The pit, he's just chucking some pigeons.
And this, oh my word. The big fella's going to lose out here, I believe. We'll see. But yeah, like you say, Jonesy, lead car on the soft compound tyres. Will he will get, I believe he will get out ahead of the big fella if the big fella pits. The Delta is still on by the looks of it.
They're going to have to stick, that's right, they're going to have to stick to Delta, so... Oh, as Nedclaw's picked up some damage on the back of Gareth, and picks up the penalty along with it.
Freeman says one heck of a crash. Yeah, that was one heck of a crash. I mean, I'm not quite sure what happened there. I want to see a clip of that because both their front lefts are just off. There's a massive amount of debris strewn across the track. So yeah, safety car, 4th safety car of this race, I believe.
Okay, and we've seen it a fair amount in this race, definitely. Getting its work put in the day, definitely making its money. But
Burns get his paycheck in this race.
Definitely. Big fella's choosing to stay out
Oh
again.
my word.
Value and track position. Scott's the same. Gareth's the same.
Nedclaw's in.
Maybe.
Very smart from Nedclaw. He's going to get swamped at the restart. He's going to lose out in positions, but he's going to. This is a very smart decision from the Renault driver. He's having to serve a stop-go, unfortunately, so he's going to come out. Is he going to come out ahead of the Alfa Romeo today? Oh, he's got wing change as well. So maybe ahead of Neelix if he's lucky. Depends on the Delta. I think there still is a Delta. Oh no, he's not. Looks like they're racing now, so he's going to come out behind Dark Zenon.
Sitting 9th. Well, Nedclaw comes out in 10th. Dark Zenon's right behind Sprightly. Jonesy and Neelix.
Well, the big fella's going to have to fill up. I think the only thing going for the big fella at the moment is that Scott is the one behind him on 13 lap old tyres.
Definitely.
But then again, you're clutching at straws. So Gareth on 15, Neelix on how much is that? 7.6. Still not enough. Fastest lap at the moment is at Gareth. So Gareth's on 16, so he's got a 10-point gap at the moment, which is not enough, but he holds the fastest lap as it stands.
Definitely the math, the calculators will be getting put to work in these final laps.
So yeah, we all have a safety car. This could be interesting. The Alfa Romeo have chosen the lead car. Obviously, you've got penalties, which will come into play as well. And with them being very close together, that could be crucial. And Steve-O's still in this race. Once he decides to move on and get back on field so he can start this race again. I've just looked at the stops. The big fella has done 1 stop. Craig in 4th has done 4 stops. A lot of 2 stops, a lot of 3 stops. Hickman's done 4 stops as well. There's a lot going on. Top 5 on medium tyres, as well as Sprightly in 8th. The rest on soft compound tyres. This is Freeman's done our job for us for driver of the day. Ranga says I don't know yet. Yep, I tend to agree with that. If the big fella wins, I'll give it to
him. Driver of the day, Ben Mylander. I've seen him, he's leading every time I see him. He's leading. He does have the tendency to disappear every so often, but honestly, I don't know. Like, if the big fella can make this stick, is Hicklin just decides to speed up and speed past Nedlaw there?
Oh, this is going to be one tense finish, as Sivo is now at the back of the train, and the safety car will probably come in at the end of this lap. We will have 3 laps of racing, a sprint race to the checkered flag, the last 3 laps of the season. It's going to be, it has already been one hell of a ride, and I think these last 3 laps are going to be very bumpy indeed.
Definitely. If you're looking for a grandstand finish, look no further than here, because it's about to unfold in front of us as the big fella takes over the reins as the safety car, as Bernd Mylander pilots the Mercedes into the pit lane, and the big fella can get his back underway. Scott right behind, waiting to pounce at the earliest moment there as well. Gareth and Craig looking most likely to maybe make some gains on the 2 leaders, as they're on the fresher rubber as well, but we can't discount Father Corn. Jonesy and Neelix on the fresh softs.
I think the big fella's gone.
And the big fella's already, he's already... No, he's not went, he's slowing everybody down. He'll probably go for a punch out this final tunnel.
Oh, Jonesy's got 10 seconds.
And fella tried to get a big punch out there, but he only got a tank slapper in return. As Scott already looking up the inside, and he's so close to tapping, and he's going to have the inside to turn 2, and they've touched, and Scott's spun, and Gareth's had to take a avoiding action. Scott is going to go a bit too eager there, and he's locked up the inside of the big fella.
Neelix and Jonesy. Neelix is in the wall. Jonesy's in the wall.
Oh, what's happening? Where are they all? Neelix is facing backwards. What's happening here? Merckx, I can't see anything.
Neelix is in the wall. Neelix is round.
Neelix is stationary.
Gareth is in P2 in the standings of the championship. Nedclaw is... Yeah, oh my... I can't even keep up with this.
And the Alpha and Nedclaw and Jonesy side by side for 5th place here. The Mercedes are Hicklin sitting close behind. Sprightly looking quite feisty as well, as he's trying to keep originals behind Mercedes versus Ferrari, and we see Gareth taking the lead here, doing everything he needs to at the front, as the big fella's tyres are just losing any form of life that they had. The tyres just probably screaming on that Williams there. Craig will be looking to make quick work. Dark Zenon after starting at the back, can he count him out as he keeps Craig a wee bit?
He's on the freshest tyres out the lot. Actually, no.
When he goes from the side.
Wow, there's a bit of contact there. Good move though. I think the big fella should just get out of the way. Please, just get out of the way. This is
the big fella's holding his team fella. Just let your teammate go.
Move.
Gareth can go so far. Move out the way. Get off the road. Move. Oh, the car's lagging on the screen there. But
Yeah,
Dark
I know.
Zenith goes up
Oh,
the
this
inside
side
of the
by
big
side.
fella there as
Oh,
well.
this is not
They're
good.
still holding it. And they're still holding it. Dark Zenith's having to try and go the long way
Oh,
round.
what is he
and
going down
Big
the
fella's
inside?
trying to outbrake his
Oh,
teammate.
thankfully.
Zenith.
Hicklin.
Oh,
Oh, Jonesy's the ball. Jonesy's out. Oh no. Alfa Romeo out in the wall. It just went side by side with Hicklin.
Jonesy.
Can Dark Zenith win the race from starting 19th on the grid? I'll tell you what, he's got an unbelievable chance of doing it.
He needs this lap and the final lap to be qualifying levels of like actual pace if he wants to get it in. Gareth's going to make that McLaren as wide as it possibly can.
He's
on
going to
these
get
through the tight seconds.
this P2 in the championship as well, as Needs is only P9. Obviously penalties are still to come in this race. But Doug needs to save up his ERS for a last lap charge. The big fella still holds P3. Hicklin, well, a massive train behind him, but Hicklin is the closest one. 11 runners left in the session. Ready up 10 points as Hicklin goes down the inside. Oh, he cuts the corner.
Oh, and Hicklin's been tapped. He's been spinning. He's been sent spinning.
He's back on the track.
Really,
He's in the middle.
He's
Steve
his
P5.
teammate, and that's going to promote Neelix again, and the gap's still 20.
Look at Dark Zenith around the final corner. Oh my word, this is unbelievable.
Oh, if Dark Zenith can get, if Dark Zenith can take the win on the final lap, and Neelix sits in 8th.
Oh, Gareth's off.
It means, and Gareth went wide. And Zenith takes the lead on the final lap after starting 17th in this race.
He's retired in the pit lane. Everybody's going to get points here.
Retired.
Steve P5, look how close he is to the podium. Oh my word.
He's literally, can smell it. The big fella's just on tyres that aren't offer any grip. Nedclaw struggling to get past. Steve-O right there as well. Anything that happens in front of him.
Oh, big little bit of a weave from the Williams.
Oh, and the big fella, Nedclaw, and he's so close, and the big fella doesn't seem to have anything left in his local defend way. Is he going to try and outbreak Nedclaw into the chicane? He chooses no to Nedclaw move and up into the podium.
Neelix is in 7th.
And 5th. Oh, and Steve-O's went wide. Oh, Steve-O nearly hit the wall there. But he's got Originals on the outside, and the Mercedes has got DRS running the outside of the McLaren, and they're going side by side. The big fella just on tyres for absolutely nothing left in exchange. Originals running the outside of them, up into 5th. Steve-O losing places.
Oh, big fella.
And crucially, Max, Neelix in 2nd place in the championship once again. While all this is kicking off in front of us, as the big fella and Originals swapping places there.
They've matched on points. I think Gareth has fastest lap. Still not at the moment. Oh, big fella struggling. But I think,
and it's gone. Steve-O's picked up a penalty.
Oh,
but
no.
in the midst of the chaos, the curtain falls, and it's Dark Zenith in last place on the grid. Takes the win.
Gareth's got a 10-second time penalty as well. I forgot about that. Original's 2nd place.
And Gareth.
Steve-O finishes 6th.
Demoted.
Neelix is
Neelix
3rd.
is on the podium. Oh, the fireworks well and truly went off in this race.
Oh dear. Everyone gets.
Exactly. Only 10 finishers of the race. And the checkered flag waves for Craig. He's going to be the last to finish the season off. Checkered flag is waving. Craig takes the final point on the table. Neelix, after looking well and truly out of it on 25 and 6, after making contact, he was looking at 3rd in the championship. Ends up getting a podium.
Yeah, that is.
As we're seeing the podium celebrations here, Dark Zenith
wins the race. Unbelievable.
17th to 1st. Car number 15 makes it to the top step of the podium. Originals makes it up to 2nd place. After a bit of a quiet race for him, I didn't really see him too much, if I'm being perfectly honest, but he kept his nose out of trouble. And Neelix, what could have been an absolute disastrous end to his season, ends up getting the final place on that podium. Oh,
He's had no pens.
What on earth was that? What
I
what
have
just
no words.
happened? But we'll find the words to run you down the final race results on the final race of the season. The fireworks gaff in the background, and they certainly go off for Dark Zenon after starting 17th. He takes the win here in Abu Dhabi, and Originals and Neelix accompany him on the podium. Ned Claw in 4th for Renault, a strong drive there for the Renault driver. Big fella in 5th on tyres that just gave up at the end there. Gareth and Steve O. McLaren 6-7. Scott Sprightly, Ferrari 8-9. Craig rounds out the points and also rounds out the finishers for this race. And while we're getting taken back to the lobby, we're going to get the podium sitters in the
Neelix.
chat,
Neelix is everyone, anyway.
and we're going to get a few words for them on what has been well and truly a chaotic end to SLR's 3rd division on F1 2019.
That's certainly one first for it. Subness has said Merckx and Ryan Jones. I'm your biggest fans tomorrow. Yeah, I'll try my best. Baggy fan says Zenon's on steroids. Summoner says Zenon is a freak. Freeman says, how did Neelix do that? Yeah, that was one hell of a finish to the race. Zenon picks up driver of the day from going 17th to 1st. I guess we start off with, do you want me to do the interviews?
Aye, please, aye. Need a break. oh man.
Yeah, so we start off with Neelix finishing 3rd, picking up no penalties, which definitely helped out your cause to get the podium, which I say congrats on the podium, very well, and not getting a penalty around this track. Just talk us through that race. I think that was pretty balmy. I think everyone's race was pretty balmy, to be honest.
I think the less said about it, the better, to be honest with you. I did make a mistake. I brake late going into the sharp left-handers and caused someone damage, so I apologise about that. At the end, safety car came out. I boxed on a set of softs, and pretty much as soon as the race restarted, I was racing someone I won't name here, and got put in the wall pretty much straight away. So that was kind of the race. I mean, yeah, it's good to finish 3rd. I'm not exactly feeling elated at the minute. I think it's been a good season all round. People that have done well, done very, very well. I still think there's issues where people are in certain divisions where they don't belong. I think that needs to be looked at. But apart from that, well done to everyone. Good season.
Yeah, I think we obviously saw that you had a pretty interesting safety car restart, but you managed to scrape your way back into the podium. Obviously, we'll see what the stewards say about everything in this race, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of clips firing in after the end of this race, but well done nonetheless. We'll move on to our second place driver, which is Original. Somehow, I don't really know how, but it just like came out of nowhere. It's come out of nowhere.
Drive.
Yeah. Talk us through how you managed to find your way into V2.
Well, after being hit by every single driver in the league, watching everyone spin out in front of me, flown all the way back to 2nd.
Yeah, I mean, I have no words for that finish, but well done on getting 2nd place. Div 3 always seems to throw up a curveball or 5 right every race, so. But well done.
Thanks.
On to my fellow Williams driver, and I'm very happy to be interviewing you on the podium, on the top step. Well done on the win from 17th place on the grid. Ned Core said, ask Zenon about his bet. Apparently, what sort of bet was this?
Well, I mean, he said he was going to let me past if I came near him, but I think I overtook him in the pits. So like we were on different strategies, but yeah. Yeah, he said he would overtake me if I finished it, but I don't know. That was just a crazy race. I don't even know. Like, I had yellow damage for half of it after changing my ERS. I don't know. I just felt like I was a spectator to all the crashes. Like they were all happening in front of me. I was dodging. Like there was boards flying everywhere. It was crazy. But yeah, it was an interesting way to finish off the season, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it's a finale to the season. Obviously, you ran pretty excellent season, a win. Obviously, a first taste of Div 2, but it's good to you can fight the drivers. So we're looking forward to see you step up, I'm sure, next season. And I'm happy as a fan that you won the race. So,
You're going to be worried in Discord because you're thinking about the joint constructors.
yeah, I just thinking about joint constructors. You know.
Alright, you better perform tomorrow then.
Yeah, I'll try. I have to say well done.
Yeah.
Well done to all three of you. Only 10 finishes in the end. Riggs, you got anything
Yeah, I
to
wasn't
add?
expecting that.
Oh, I've got no words. That race itself was truly chaotic to provide coverage over. There was just times where we had absolutely no idea what was happening. Trying to keep up with the battle for second in the championship was at best a stressful endeavour, especially in the final laps. There we thought Neelix with his incident. We didn't really catch what happened. I just heard Merck saying, "Oh, Neelix is running." I was like trying to frantically just flick through everybody to see what had happened, and I seen you facing backwards, and everything just went on its head like that. And then when the checkered flag was out, you were on the podium, and honestly, I was just as surprised as anybody to see you on the podium. But honestly, it gave me like massive 2008 Brazil vibes. Like it gave me like that Lewis Hamilton Felipe Massa kind of championship battle kind of feeling. So like, just never really knew what way it could go. But despite the chaos, I thought it was a really good finale. But there will be probably a lot of work being handed to the stewards in regards to like a good handful of the incidents that we saw on stream as well. I just want to extend the congratulations to the podium sitters here that are joining us in the commentary booth here. Just want to extend that further to everybody that's participated in Division 3. And I just want to say cheers for a good season. The curtain has fell, but we're not done. We have got the Division 1 race tomorrow at 7 o'clock British summertime at 7 o'clock. And I think that championship's already been decided, but
And this Jam leads the championship by 25.5 points.
So he needs a point. Hopefully we can see his for that and for the commentary team that take coverage of that tomorrow. We are done with Division 3, but we hope to see you in the next season. Hopefully with myself and Merx once again providing the coverage. But tomorrow will be the finale. So I hope to see you all in the stream watching the Division 1 race tomorrow, and hope to see you in the next one. If there's anybody else who want to add anything in there, feel free to add it, and then I will end it there. Does anybody else want to say any final words before we call it, since it's the final race?
It was the Div 3 style of sending off the season.
just throwing chaos out there just for everybody to see. That is the only way we know how to do things. Because there's been plenty of races in this season that's been well and truly unpredictable. For all the right reasons and for the wrong as well. But honestly, I've been really honoured. Like, I've honestly really enjoyed it. I can let Mick speak for himself and his opinion on commentating on the league, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it since I came in and kind of provided the coverage for it. And I hope that I can continue doing that for you. I really enjoy it. Very sappy note on the end there.
Yep, I think that is that then for Division 3. I
Yep.
want to say thanks as well for joining us. Been one hell of a ride. And I hope that doesn't change coming into the new game.
Definitely, and the new game will be where you see us next. Well, me and Merck's next anyway, hopefully, but stay tuned for tomorrow, 7 o'clock British summertime. We're just saying there for the Division 1 race, where the championship is still up for grabs. That is very new knowledge to me, but be sure to tune in, and we'll see you in the next stream. Bye for the now.